Happy Easter, everybody. I hadn't really planned on getting the camera out on this particular trip to the cabin, but it's Easter Sunday. I'm frying up some bacon, gonna cook some eggs next, and I got the radio blasting. It's actually 60 degrees inside, and the fire went out sometime around 5 a.m. Spring is really springing here. I should also mention that but yesterday evening as I was driving out here to the cabin, I watched an eagle collect a roadkill white rabbit off of 140th Avenue in my neighborhood there on the hillside. And I can only presume that's a good omen of things to come. Either that or God winking at us all saying, "Don't be the rabbit." Yeah, it is springing. The snow is melting. I was able to clear the deck of snow yesterday. Actually, let's go take a look at that. Let's flip the bacon and go take a look at the upper deck. Shall we? I'm in the habit of not bringing a spatula. Somehow I do remember chopsticks, though. And instead of using butter or oil to grease the pan, I'm sure I'm not the only one who prefers bacon grease. Like, this has been one long, cold winter season. Here's the paint rollers. This is what I'll get up to. Paint and mud for the upstairs. Okay. Being careful on the stepladder. Ooh, yes! Where's my... Well, I used the big heavy splitting maul. Here it is. I used this to bust up the ice, and then the shovel to shovel it over. And this is my once again usable deck. You may notice slight inconsistencies in the symmetry. That's because I did it myself in the middle of the night when it was very, very cold. So, happy Easter, everybody. This is what I call the high wall or the tall wall. Some of it has been sanded, but before I can really get to painting, I gotta make, which by the way, that strip needs to be mudded, but the rest of this actually needs to be sanded. So, let's get to it. As if. There's gonna be trim as well. It's still just a good idea. Get it sanded down and nice and smooth, you know, so it looks like a home. The closer this place looks like a home in the city, the happier my renters will be. This wall can be painted. One important thing to remember when you're doing mud and texture and then paint, there's no magic to it. I've been very hesitant with this because I knew I was going to have to get a lot of it taken care of in order to fully use the paint, and I don't want to go through all of my rollers. I've only got 2 of them. So Here, let's see. Let's just see how it goes. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, the paint is going on, and what I've discovered with this ceiling is that this label here is removable. Meaning it's not going to take a bunch of coats. Just peel this back, revealing the stark white Easter egg white styrofoam board. Put one coat on it, and as they say in Australia, Bob is a guy named your uncle. It's an Easter miracle. Well, I'm doing my best here with this paint. Just figuring out exactly how far one can of paint will go. I still have a lot of mud work to do. I got this wall up to there. There's the paint pan. Here's the paint can. And there's more mud work to do. I also have more work to do. I gotta just adjust these windows a little. Here I'm trying to adjust the windows now. It's the idea is to get these windows flush with the inner wall. I would have been happy not to make them flush, but flush with the inner wall means flush with the outer wall, as in these walls are 2x4s and the window frames are also 2x4s. So here is the window. Notice the corners ready to be fit back into the window framed space. I'm using my Craftsman jigsaw. This is almost as cool as my Craftsman skill saw. The idea is not to break the saw off the tool. I don't have a replacement here now, so it's like this. Yeah, still there. Because I'm not standing outside. That's the idea. Now I got a little bit more to do on this frame and a little to do on the bottom. I woke up this morning to some startling news. My friend and neighbor James Roberts, who's helped me build this house, he was found passed away in his home in Texas just this morning, the day after Easter Sunday, 2026. He had this funny thing about putting his initials on everything. That's how I know his last name, James Roberts. Since my father died when I was a kid, I've always imagined my father introducing me to those who've recently passed away. Everybody on 9/11, all of our service members who've died in this recent conflict in Iran. My father introduces me to those who've recently passed. The only reason this house is even standing is because James Roberts was driving past right here. When I was doing the foundation, the driveway had just gone in. It was August 2024. And I just had a delivery brought in from Home Depot. And he, in his Jeep, actually stopped. Came up and introduced himself. We had met before over at Kayana's. And he helped put this place up from the ground up. He helped widen my driveway. You've seen all of the videos. It's all on YouTube. He didn't show up for work this morning, the day after Easter Sunday. So they went over to his home in San Antonio to do a welfare check. Found him slumped over in his chair, as if he had passed peacefully in his sleep. I'll think of some kind of memorial to put up here. This cabin stands in memory of James Roberts. You're going to be well remembered, James. Go with God, young man.